Happy Monday, everybody. How did we do on the partial lunar eclipse and the full moon that occurred this weekend? It's been a doozy and very intense. And anything that has a climax has a buildup and then a tapering down. And so as we hit this high point that occurred Friday, Saturday here in the States, it's been pressure cooker. I know I've personally been experiencing it through what feels like a lot of pressure in my head, which built up like congestion, but I didn't have congestion, like a vice grip along that frontal lobe, feeling aches and pains get more acute, to getting closer into Saturday evening where I had to be out among other people, and I started feeling nauseous. And I thought, well, if I eat something, I might feel better. And I ate something and it really didn't change the energetics of it. So I knew I was just in it. I was in the muck of it, in the heat of it, in the high points of it. And I was just going to allow the pressure cooker just to build up and do what it needed to do, because I know that energetically I might be feeling it painfully physically. I may be feeling some mental anguish over it. I may feel emotions coming up. It's all for my highest good. And there's not a damn thing I can do about it. There's not a damn thing I can do about it. Because I've prepared, I hydrate, I rest when I need to, I allow myself to meditate and do walks, I talk with clients about these kinds of barometer climate changes within ourselves on all levels. And then when it's had it happening out in the planets, which is happening 24/7, known and unknown. So Google's not going to tell you all about the astronomy, and they'll give you the basics of how it affects the weather. Astrology will give you some insight into how the planets and all of them have an alignment in how it affects your personal and your constitution and your life. But we all know that we have choices to change those energy fields. We have choices to command things differently. We don't have to necessarily deal with the cards we've been dealt, right? So let's take this partial lunar eclipse. Well, we have them all the time. It's not my first one, and it's not my first one aware of the intensity of it. And it's not my first one aware of the energetic changes that are happening universally, moving from dark to light. What's different is my allowance and my surrendering to allowing the dial of the barometer and the planetary alignment change to occur. And then how do I align myself to move with those dials? How do I move with them with grace and ease? And so it was a rough one. And yesterday I spent a lot of time going in and out of my room on the heating pad and hydrating and sipping tea. And I'm doing the same thing this morning because it is still lingering and it's going to continue to linger. And I've already commanded my body to be as fortified as it can possibly be so that it can ride this wave and tilt back and forth, pivot, and not fall off my footings. And so that's where we're in the energetic commander seat. So it's sort of like when the elements say it's going to be blizzard weather and you must go out in it. You're going to prepare yourself by applying the right amount of clothes and protection for your skin not to be hit with these frigid cold temperatures that can affect the body and can take life from the body by lowering its temperature way too low. So you have to protect yourself by the garments that you wear, by the vehicle in which you're about to get in, and in taking this precious life force vehicle with it. So we're always in preparation for what's coming. But we're learning lessons of how to be in preparation, but still staying in the present moment and experience all the elements. All the elements that's presenting. And so I had to take an anti-inflammatory, not once but twice, because I know that there was so much buildup in this physical avatar that I needed some assistance. And my jumping, my walking, my tea just wasn't getting me there. I had a really nice massage Friday, just wasn't getting me there. So that's how I knew that it was going to require a little more due diligence to work with the intensities in which I was facing. And so yesterday, when I went outside to watch the sky show, there was so much energy flipping around. It's like watching the channels change and your eye lenses are changing, and it can be woohoo. But I'm training myself to be with it, in it, without it having too much of a physical toll. And when it does, I know my innate will let me know, step back and allow calibration. Step back and allow calibration. And so I took periodic times outside experiencing it yesterday. So there's a lot in motion. A lot. So don't look at this as I'm sick. I'm not feeling well. You are in wellness. You're just getting tilted a little. And let the tilt be where you ask the question, how can I assist myself so that it has better alignment? How do I position myself so it has better alignment? Remember what I've said before, the independent/individual positioning system, your IPS. So you still have to function through your day. And you want to be productive, but sometimes you just need to surrender to, I'm not going to be as productive as my brain would like for me to be today. So I need to let my physical energetics and cellular DNA work through. So I need to give it some soft love time. Maybe it's an Epsom salt bath. Maybe it's putting together a puzzle, baking cookies. Maybe it's calling friends. Maybe it's just having quiet time on a heating pad, and staying away from too much outside interference. While I'm trying to snuggle, nurture, protect, so that my calibration gears are free to move. And if I try to force calibration and not give it what it requires to calibrate, I'm giving a lot of mixed signals that are going to create a lot of dead-end results, is what I'm hearing. So it's like 2 feet forward, 1 foot back, 2 feet forward, 1 foot back, 2 feet back, 1 foot sideways, 1 foot back, and then you still find yourself pretty much where you started, but nothing's changed. So we have to intentionally move our bodies so that we can help align the emotional part of it, override the mental egoic need to be super productive. Because when we're super productive in ways that are overriding the underlying root and nurturing of maybe understanding what's happening better, we're masking it. We're putting it into denial by overriding it. And what we really want to do is ride with it to the best of our ability. To ride with it with the best of our ability. And to keep that nervous system where we can control the purr. And when you practice this, especially with the stop, I become aware, drop into my breath, deeper into the awareness, and then I can sit with what is happening, because now I can bring in the surroundings and let it give me information. Stop, drop, and sit into what is occurring, instead of plowing through something and you're not sure what it is. And you would get a lot more information if you just stop, drop, and sat from within, connected with the breath, and you allow the informational portals and pathways to become more open versus plowing through it where they constrict. And then you're missing all the information. So you may wind up at Z, but you were really supposed to be back up at K or J. And that is where you would have gotten a lot more reward, meaning full-length communication. But you missed half of the opportunities by plowing through to a specific destination. Because mentally, if you didn't cross it off your list, then you didn't do what you're supposed to do. And so when we're so busy, again, 10 and 2, survival, 10 and 2, sometimes you don't realize that your chest is up on that steering wheel. Instead of being more relaxed in your own commander seat, choosing to be pathways open, communication coming in, so things can calibrate and go where they need to go, and let you know what steps and what directions to move into or towards. So be with that today. I'm hearing that's enough. I did a video yesterday about what I feel like going from dark to light in this gray area. And I used an analogy of a corporate takeover, and then what happens in the front of the scenes and behind the scenes in a corporate takeover, and sort of what we're experiencing as the light is stepping into its rightful place. So I'd love for you to listen to that and leave a comment. Please leave a comment on this video and like and subscribe, and feel free to share me with your friends. And if you need sessions, well, embodimentofthesoul.com. All right, see you on the next video.